Alright guys, we are going to be reacting to a new video here. Titled German Weapons Changing the War. Leopards, Marder IFV Gepards, and Rich 155 Skynex. Thank you so much for support, guys. We're going to simply jump in here. Let's go and kick the day off. Let's see what's going on.
Straight from a position near Kharkiv.
Oh.
Was it pure luck, or is German engineering truly capable of withstanding the hell of modern warfare? Overnight, Russia thought its rear areas were safe, and then the battlefield changed forever. This is the RCH 155, a wheeled beast that can fire on the move, hit targets tens of kilometers away, and disappear before the enemy even knows where the shots came from. Imagine this. One moment Russian troops are sipping tea far behind the front line. The next, they're diving for cover under a storm of shells from a gun that was never supposed to reach them. But here's the catch. Ukraine still doesn't have it at the front. So why is Germany holding back its most advanced artillery while sending Leopards, Gepards, PZH 2000s, and even
because they all cost money. That's why they all cost money.
Even the Iris
That's why.
And which of these weapons is really turning the tide?
Crazy.
Stay with us, because today we'll uncover the German arsenal in Ukraine and reveal which system truly deserves the crown. Feast your eyes on the reigning queen of the battlefield, PZH 2000. Every outgoing round is like a strike on a funeral drum. The loading system rattles like the last door slamming shut.
What's up, insiders?
And every incoming hit feels like the wrath of God itself. Can you hear the word Panzerhaubitze in those thunderclaps? Smash the like button if you hear it too. And what about protection from this war's curse? Drones? It all depends on the angle of impact and whether extra passive armor plates were bolted on at the strike zone. What's it
Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I want to get to that 10,000 subscribers, y'all.
made of? Fiberglass blocks on a steel base. Sometimes survival is as simple as parking under thick trees. And if your dugout is reinforced with chain link mesh, even better. The PZH 2000 isn't just tough, it's fast. Roll out, fire, and scoot back into cover before the enemy even blinks. In just 9 seconds, it can fire 3 shells, and in under a minute, 10 shells. Its accuracy? Already battlefield legend. But pure firepower isn't the only job for this German beast.
Our tasks? Counter battery fire, mining the area, stopping counterattacks or assaults, supporting infantry, suppressing everything. Too many tasks to count.
The PZH 2000's fire control system includes a combined day-night sight and a laser rangefinder, allowing ultra-fast targeting. The commander's seat has a digital display hooked into the onboard computer. It's basically a point-and-click death machine. Boom.
Literally yesterday we were asked to set the forest on fire with special rounds. Well, roughly speaking, we lit it up and burned it down.
The PZH 2000 has a whole buffet of ammunition types. Officially, Germany didn't supply incendiary rounds to Ukraine. What we do know is that the PZH 2000 can use illumination shells. They carry very little explosive, but a lot of material that can ignite wood.
Damn.
And in dry weather, even a regular HE round can turn a tree line into a bonfire, cutting off Russian maneuver routes.
That forest had a Russian company strongpoint inside. We flushed out 2 platoons from there, and even burned some of them.
Not bad. But if you don't want just a bonfire, and instead you want a full-blown hellscape that eats everything in its path, you call another German.
This isn't the traditional American one, but the German version, the Mars 2 MLRS.
This tracked launcher, built on the chassis of an American M2 Bradley 1FV, is basically a licensed copy of the US M270 MLRS, with a few tweaks. For one, the Mars 2 is about 1.8 tons heavier than the M270. Guess why? Right, the German system got a beefed-up aluminum crew cabin with overpressure ventilation, giving the commander, driver, and gunner a rare gift on the front: comfort and protection. Honestly, that's a very German kind of improvement. It also comes with an automatic nitrogen-based fire suppression system, and instead of hydraulic drives, Mars 2 uses an electric launch drive system. Faster, cleaner, easier to maintain. Finally, the European Fire Control System, EFCS, allows precise control of each rocket and supports nearly every modern munition. Nearly. Because Germany signed the Cluster Munitions Convention, unlike the US, Mars 2 can't fire M26, M26A1, or M30 cluster rounds. What can Ukrainians say about such challenges?
Яке пряме призначення? Знищення хірургічного.
The main mission of Mars 2 is to destroy enemy troops and equipment concentrations, supply depots, refueling points, and command posts with surgical precision.
We'll add remote mining with special rockets, suppression of air defenses, comms nodes, and artillery batteries. Missions where accuracy isn't just nice to have, it changes the entire front sector. And here, Germany gave Ukraine another ace card, Cobra. No, not the snake. Though the metaphor works, it's the counter-battery radar, a German system that figures out exactly where Russian guns, mortars, or even MLRS
you can tell how this type of technology has really helped Ukraine stop Russian advance. Right? Not stopping completely, but at least slow it down. I mean, when it comes down to the war and technology, of course, Ukraine's on top of the list. Right? Now, this in the long run can be a problem. Why is that? Because if you don't, how can I say this? If you cannot keep yourself from allowing Russia to destroy some of the equipment, now money becomes a problem. And then you have to buy more. But buying more means that they have to make more. So making more is going to take more time. That's the two sides of the sword.
Fired from in a matter of seconds. How does it work?
Yeah, this is
At
great,
first
man.
glance, simple. A radar beam scans the sky, searching for rounds, rockets, or shells. The moment it catches one, the supercomputer instantly plots its trajectory and backtracks to the launch point. That data goes straight to Ukrainian artillery, and a few minutes later, that launch site is reduced to scrap. But in practice, it's not that simple. A radar beam also gives away the radar's own location. That's why you'll never see Ukrainian Cobra operators in interviews or online. Russian intel has been hunting this Wunderwaffe for 3.5 years, and still hasn't bagged one. The kicker: Cobra can detect and classify over 40 artillery batteries in under 2 minutes, with a detection range up to 100 kilometers. Insane efficiency. The only drawback: numbers. Ukraine asked for 40 units, but Germany managed to deliver only 3 to 5. Still, the Germans sweetened the deal with something else. At first glance, it's just a small suitcase-sized fixed-wing drone. But, as you might guess, nothing is ever that simple.
Oh.
Vector називається. Це
This is the Vector, an electric recon UAV built on a VTOL, vertical takeoff and landing scheme. It's got 3 engines with tilt rotors like the Osprey.
The Vector UAV from Quantum Systems doesn't need a catapult. It literally launches from the hand. Just grab it, lift it, and whoosh.
Well, that's you.
при підйомі
You have
до
more
30
control.
метрів.
Yeah.
At 30 meters altitude, the servos tilt the propellers horizontal, and it flies like a plane. You can
Wow.
launch it from grass up to your chest.
You know
Same
what's
thing on
funny? This
landing.
technology was already available in the 80s, and I don't think they were using it. Isn't that funny? Like, you can literally just go to a Toys R Us or a toy shop and just buy planes that you can just fly with a remote control. It is funny that they started using it now.
You can just
like 10
catch
years
it
ago,
by
I would say.
hand.
But the real killer feature of Vector isn't VTOL. It's the insane camera.
Wow.
Next Vision Raptor в своєму як маса.
The Next Vision Raptor camera is considered the best in its class. It's got a 40 times optical zoom, so you can spot a decent-sized target from up to 9 kilometers away in good weather. Plus, an excellent thermal imager, even usable in daytime.
And that's still not the end of it. Vector
Wow.
turned out to be so good that Ukraine started producing a licensed version, with upgrades. The Ukrainian build adds acoustic sensors. Basically, a microphone that picks up enemy artillery fire up to 15 kilometers away.
Відзумся трошки.
Диви. Що там?
Спостерігаю вторинну детонацію.
Okay, but what about tanks? Because tanks are supposed to be the trademark of German engineering, right? Exactly. Here's a Leopard 2
Leopard 2.
ripping apart a Russian convoy, showcasing one of its best tricks, the fire control system.
The recoil was insane. Woo! Wow.
Якщо ціль двигається,
I lock onto the target. If it's moving, I press these buttons for 3 to 6 seconds. The computer tracks it automatically.
And they
I can
target,
maneuver, even turn around completely. but the gun stays locked on target.
Yep.
Ukraine received under 100 Leopard 2s in various modifications from its allies. Not a huge number for a war where tank losses are counted in the thousands.
Yep.
But next to Soviet-era junk, a Leopard 2 looks like a brand new iPhone sitting next to a rotary phone from the 1970s. When you see a Leopard 2 in action,
I cannot
you don't-
believe that Russia, right? Even though, you know, the T-90 is a big tank, don't get it wrong. It's just technologically it's a little bit behind. But I cannot believe how, well, it's a different mindset, right? If I have a lot of these tanks, I'm gonna use them. If I have a lot of arsenal, I'm gonna use it. Different from the United States, when we have very old armory and bullets and stuff like that, we tell them to melt them, throw them away. We just don't keep it. We sell it. Russia did the opposite. They kept everything.
Get that slow motion footage vibe you often get with older tanks. This is free advertising for German armor at its finest. And how does it compare to the Abrams? Stay tuned. One of our next videos is dedicated entirely to that clash. For now, let's make a bold claim. The Leopard 2 is not the most effective German weapon in Ukrainian hands. So what is? It's the Iris-T, Germany's masterpiece of air defense,
What's that?
designed to swat targets even if they're hiding behind flares, smoke, or decoys. Probably the most advanced weapon of this entire war.
Very impressive, huh?
We've got two modifications of Iris-T, the SLM and the SLS. SLM is the big launcher, meant specifically for cruise missiles. SLS is the smaller one, using cheaper missiles against drones.
Every day, Russia launches waves of missiles and drones. And every day, Iris-T operators say, no thanks, and send them to the trash bin. The secret. Super maneuverable Iris-T missiles adapted from air-to-air versions for ground launch. The SLM, surface-launched medium variant, was heavily reworked and enlarged, reaching 40 kilometers in range and up to 20 kilometers altitude. Meanwhile, the SLS short-range launch uses the original air-to-air missile. We've got entire videos dedicated to Iris-T in Ukraine, so check those for full details. But here's a little secret. The true drone-killing champion isn't the Iris-T at all. It's something much older. Yes, it's the Gepard SPOG. This self-propelled anti-aircraft cannon
Are
left
they
the
still making
Bundeswehr back
Gepards?
in
I don't think so, right?
2011.
I think they stopped making Gepards. Am I correct here, guys? Let me know in the comment section below. I think we reacted to a video regarding the Gepards.
Looking like an aging rock star, but sometimes fate hands you a second youth. There are two radars here. The first one,
impressive.
folded behind the turret when on the move, is for target acquisition. The second radar is for tracking and fire control.
Захвачую цели.
Locking the target, tracking, and taking it down.
But the main trick of the Gepard isn't even the radar. It's the twin 35mm cannons. They're like two raised fingers of victory. These Swiss-made Oerlikon KDA guns can hit targets up to 13,000 feet, making them perfect for intercepting Shahed-type kamikaze drones that haunt Ukrainian skies every night. That's why the Gepard is the reigning champion of drone kills. But who's going to take the belt tomorrow? Our bet is on Skynex. Yes, also German. And yes, also
Skynex.
using an Oerlikon gun, but the new generation, which means faster fire rate, up to 1,000 rounds per minute, and it sounds beautiful. A Skynex battery is made up of 4 revolver gun Mk3 units. Each is unmanned because the operators sit separately at a control post. That means each piece of the battery can be hidden and dispersed, making it harder to destroy in one strike. The primary radar station is also separate. It scans, detects, and classifies targets. But each gun has its own tracking radar, so it can autonomously lock and shoot even if comms are jammed. Yes, Skynex is already fighting in Ukraine, but their numbers are still very limited. That's why, for
very
now,
expensive.
it's not the main
Very
player.
expensive.
But trust us, it's got a bright...
It's very expensive. I'm telling you, this technology. I mean, it's providing some advantage to Ukraine. It is. Gepards, man, that's good. The Skynex, oof, I can tell, man, that thing probably millions and millions and millions of dollars. I mean, it's how much Skynex costs. I think we went through it last time. What is the cost of Skynex, right? Let's see. You guys don't want to even know. So the cost of a Skynex system varies by configurations and customer. Let me just put it here where y'all can read it with me. With a single unit for Italy costing about 75 million, including training and spare parts, while a 2-system package for Ukraine costs approximately 200 or 211 million dollars. According to various reports, a single complete Skynex anti-aircraft installation was estimated at 90.5 million. And the manufacturer Rheinmetall stated a potential total value of 280 or 289 million for Italy acquisition, including options for 3 more systems. That shit is so expensive, man. Crazy. It is expensive. Right now, they're making a bank with Ukraine. So, yeah, there we go. Probably making a lot of money with Ukraine. And this is something that Germany had to take into accountability and all other countries that already have the system. Whether in the long run it's feasible to just keep giving these away. Because it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. There you have it, folks. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you next one.